What's up everyone, it's Nikki and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm a rare plant collector based in Toronto, Canada, and I like propagating my plants. And if you're coming back, thank you, welcome again, and I'm really glad that you're staying here despite me talking so much about nonsense. So on my last video, I brought you guys with me along in my process of saving my plants, particularly my alocasias. So far, none of them died, but we basically have to restart some of them from the corms or chunks, but that should be fine. It wasn't the first time I've done that. Today, we're going to move on to my Hoya plant chores. Basically, I'm still catching up on my plant chores, and there's a lot of things that I need to do with my Hoyas. Some being, just watering and maybe flushing the media. Some of them are in LECA and then some of them are in pond. I also think I need to add trellis to some of them because they just grew so much for the span of 2 weeks and they are crazy. Like, they are now vining into each other in my cabinets. Some are also even just vining onto the wiring shelves, so I need to fix that. But it's going to depend, because if the plant is something that I'd rather chop than encourage growing onto a trellis, then we won't need one, right? We also probably need to repot the others. I did mention a while ago that some of my Hoyas that are in pond should be moved into LECA. So I might take this chance to do that. But the thing is, my Hoyas are in the plant cabinet outside and there are people in there. So introvert me will just grab them. I'm just going to grab them the same way I grab my alocasias and then bring them here into the plant room. And then this is where we're going to do everything. Make a mess and then just clean after. I also have some smaller cuttings and new acquisitions that are honestly ready to be potted. So I'd rather do that fast. Hoyas to me are very easy to acclimate and very easy to manage. They don't really act up that bad when there's a change in the substrate or a change in the environment in general, or the setup, like coming from just a regular pot with or without drainage, or then moving them to the self-watering pot. I honestly had no problems about that. The only times I killed some Hoyas is whenever I buy fresh cuttings. But other than that, whether it's acclimated in ambient or it came from a greenhouse or a cabinet as well, I never struggled having it change its environment. Well, that being said, I'm going to grab my Hoyas and I'm going to take them here and let's see what we need to do. It's going to be a lot though, because it's an entire cabinet plus a bin of Hoya somewhere in this plant room. So I don't know, maybe you should grab a coffee, grab a boba, whatever you're drinking, maybe some tequila or wine. And yeah, let's hang out. Okay, I'm back in the plant room and this is my situation. It was so overwhelming. So what you guys saw, I basically took all of the Hoyas, almost all of the Hoyas in the cabinet and just brought them here because I'm going to do different things to them. Some are to be moved to LECA, some are to be chopped, some are to be sold as a full plant, or I might figure things out. And then for the others, I might need to add trellis or just figure out something for whatever they need. So yeah, it is going to be overwhelming. I don't know how long this is going to take, but we'll make things happen. Okay, so a lot has happened. That was pure chaos in the cabinet. So now I'm here with roughly 50 Hoyas, more or less 50 Hoyas. And we're going to repot some. We're going to trellis some of them. We're going to chop some. And I don't know. This is overwhelming for me. But yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera down. And from there, you're only going to see my hands and the plants, which is better. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys first the things that I'll be using for this entire Hoya situation. I'm going to move the ones in pond into LECA, and I'm using the smaller type. This one's available at the prop studio and it's already pre-washed. There's no dust. This is going to be good for Hoyas, and as you guys already seen, my Hoyas are doing well in this LECA. I'm also going to be using some propagation clips, prop clips. This is also available at the prop studio. I use this to hold some vines onto the pot so that it would encourage more root growth. It's as if you're planting the vine, like when you chop it, or I don't know how to explain it, but I'll just show it later. And I'm also going to use some clips, and of course I like transparent clips, and this is how it looks like. Also available at the prop studio. And also more trellis, and these are the ones that I already used, so I'm just going to reuse it for other Hoyas this time. Again, available at the prop studio. I think we should start by gathering the ones that are in pond and moving them into LECA. This one. This is my Hoya Bella variegated. I just chopped this from the last propping video of Hoyas, and now it's growing again. I honestly like to keep it this size, so if there's a new growth and it would get longer, I would chop it. So yeah, I like to keep it on this size. And oh, I missed one thing that we'll be using, although it's already here and like I'm just going to reuse them basically. But these are the self-watering pots, again from the prop studio, of course. This is the medium size and I like it for my Hoyas, so I'm probably going to move some of the Hoyas in this depending on where they came from, but just in case. But either ways, I'm already using them there, so yeah, I just took a few in case I need them. Let's start removing the pond. I believe there should be like LECA at the bottom. Okay, do it carefully. Okay, that's not bad. Huh. Okay, so yeah, there's LECA at the bottom, so I won't really have a hard time moving it into LECA this time entirely. And I think I'm still going to use this pot. It's fine, I like it. Let's grab the LECA. I have a LECA bin next to me. You guys don't see it, but it's here. So I don't know about you guys, but repotting is very therapeutic to me. Except that this one, it looks like it doesn't because it's kind of an overwhelming session because of the amount of Hoyas that I need to like take care of. But generally, the idea of repotting is so relaxing. So yeah, this is my Hoya variegated, and it's now in LECA. I'm just going to keep on doing this, and then later on I will water them all together. This is my Lacunosa variegated, and this one I think I'm going to move it into the self-watering pot. I like my Lacunosas on that pot particularly, so I'll do that. So this is how I'm going to use the prop clips. Sometimes I just want to encourage the roots that I'm seeing. So I let it hold the plant so that it's going to be as if it's planted into the media. There. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of roots. Look how nice this one is. This is my Yushkaliana Alba Marginata. So it's really looking nice. This is my Lacunosa Asami. When I chopped it, better variegation started showing, so I hope it continues. This is my Hoya Carnosa Suzuki. It's honestly one of the cutest carnosas I've seen. It's not super rare anymore, and it's not that expensive as well, but it's really cute, and I really like how long the leaves are. So this is my sulcata, and I put it on a shorter trellis, and I already know that I want my lactinosis to grow bigger, or basically fuller, pretty much just like my Amarillo. So I will upgrade the trellis, and at the same time I'll just move it to this self-watering pot. Now it has more room to grow and hopefully to become fuller. So this is my Lacanosa tiger skin. It got so full I chopped it last time, and I'm pretty sure I'm seeing 2 new growths. We need to just fix the trellis. Look how rooted my Hoyas are in LECA. It's insane. So this is my Hoya Bella, the inner variegated. I honestly want a fuller pot of this one, so maybe I could chop them, chop all the new growth, and I'll just put it back to its pot. Serpents is kind of intimidating to move into LECA because obviously it's very small and it's very sensitive. I mean, it's one of the plants that I first killed. I already had serpents before, just a regular one, the green form, and it was unrooted when I got it. So I struggled with it. I figured it's probably one of the Hoyas that took me the longest to prop or to root. So now that I have stable ones, I'm honestly really scared of like transitioning them. So for my serpents, I just really want a full pot. But you know, for this one, I think we're going to use some propagation clips so that we could hold the vine until its place and encourage more growth. I don't even like propping serpents. Let's grab a clip and just let's put some There you go. For this one, this is my Hoya Minara. It's already in the pot that I wanted it to be in, and it already has the trellis. It's in LECA. So the only thing that we have to do here is maybe add some clips so that we could support or encourage the vines to grow upwards. Because right now they're being stubborn. I'm not really bothered, but I was just hoping that we could support it to grow onto the trellis as early as now. Yeah, I think this should be enough. Okay, this one, this is my Hoya Bella prism. Somebody said that on the comment section, that it's pronounced like that as far as they know. So at least somebody helped me figure that one out. So yeah, Hoya Bella prism with pink flowers. It started growing so much, I chopped this. So now I just want to move it into the other self-watering pot and also get it a taller trellis. Yeah, it's also already in LECA, so I'm happy about that. It's doing well in it. Okay, how do we manage this one though? A little challenge, but it's fine. Okay, there you go. I can see that it's well rooted. There are the roots. Crazy. Okay. So for now, this is good. There's a lot of new growth, and I can tell that this is going to be a fuller pot anytime soon. So I'll just see what will happen. This is my Hoya Lima splash, and I posted a survey or a poll on my Instagram asking if I should put it on a trellis or if I should chop it. Actually, the results were quite close, but trellising has more votes, so we'll do that. It's also in LECA already, so no problem moving it. Ooh, the roots. Crazy, crazy, crazy roots. I love it. Okay. This is how it looks now. It's looking nice. Look at the splashes. This one is my Hoya Walliniana variegated, and this is one of my favorites as well. I think I killed a few of this because I've always been buying just fresh cuttings, and unfortunately they just really keep on dying. But now I have a stable one and it's growing, and I'm happy about it. I'm just going to move it again to the self-watering pot. I'm also going to add a trellis. This is my Hoya Bella sandwich var. I recently chopped it, so now there's a new growth and probably another one. And it's also in pond, and I'm going to transfer it to LECA. I'm also going to use the self-watering pot with clear inner pot just so I could monitor the roots. I was hoping to use the same pot Yeah, so I had this prepared just because. But for now, I want to monitor the roots. This is my Thomsonii splash, and I do have several cuttings in this pot. There, we separated two. Might be able to put them on the shop and just keep this one. So we'll clip them onto the trellis and hope they do well. Well, what's good is that it's been on LECA already this entire time, so it means it's going to do well. And now it's just going to continue growing. I want to take advantage of this momentum where it's just growing and growing. I mean, it's growing season after all, so yeah, it's going to be nice. So this is my Hoya Lacunosa White Snow. Yeah, it's the one. It's the one. And I'm just going to move it here into this self-watering pot. No need for transition. It's already in LECA. Oh, and we need to add a trellis. Like I said, we already know that I want this plant to get big. And so we shall encourage its growth. Okay, so this is my Spectatissima, and I've delayed getting on this one. I think I need to chop this part because it's growing leggy. Even this part though. Yeah, I'll just chop them both and prop them back into the pot. I mean, I'll prop them separately first. Yeah. Okay. So now it's so small, but that's okay. There's a new growth over here. And I'm also going to move them into LECA. Oops. Okay, it's nicely rooted already. This one needs to be moved into a different pot, but doesn't have to be the transparent. We can reuse these pots as well and just add a trellis. There, perfect. This is my Hoya parviflora. I have a love-hate relationship with this one. I love that it's small. I'm not entirely sure if I like how it looks like. Just one of those plants, I guess. Kind of looks like a Lacunosa as well. It's funny how some of them just really looks the same. And yet we still want all of them. Please, I'm not the only one. Tell me I'm not the only one. This one is my New Guinea Ghost, and I don't know how to feel about it. I don't like the size of the leaves, but I really like how it looks, so I'm still keeping it for now. This one, I just need to somehow, wow, okay. What do you want me to do with you? I do love how this plant looks despite the big leaves. So I'm giving it a chance. Just I hate that it's doing this, but we could somehow fix that. That's why we have trellis. That's what trellises are for. Stubborn runners. Okay. I'm not even good in trellising. Like, I just do whatever I feel like doing. And I honestly feel like chopping, but at the same time, like, I'll chop. Where is the last one? Okay, we'll chop from here. There you go. No more problem. I chopped it. This, I really save it for last. This is my Hoya Lithophytica. Hoya Lithophytica. I don't think it's supposed to be in a trellis. I just have this general idea in my head before that every Hoya should be in a trellis. Let me see if I can do something. I really love the leaves of this plant, but then I don't like how you can't really easily put them around the trellis. You need to find a way to somehow keep them onto their places, and it's actually not that easy, at least for me. Like, I'd rather chop it, honestly. Okay. I think I won't be able to finish everything today because I want to go out already and just hang out with my baby. Okay. This one is growing leggy. I think I could chop it. The one in the middle. There. And then I could separate this other one because it's basically an entirely there. It's a top cutting. It's just crazy how I don't think I could think of a way to, okay, maybe that's going to work for now. Kind of acceptable. And then this one. Okay, maybe I can do it like this. And then this one. I don't know. Let it be. And then for this one, maybe I could train it to grow in a certain direction, like this. Am I doing things the right way? Is it for the good of the plant? I don't know. I like what I see. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like for now. For now. And I'm okay with it. Okay. This one is the Langkawi Island. And I'm going to get a pot for it. Trellis. So this has been rooting in stratum and then perlite. I've tried doing this. I always root my Hoyas in either stratum or perlite or a mix of both. And I don't have, trouble moving them into LECA eventually. So yeah, we'll do that. There. Hoya Langkawi Island. Okay, so while putting the Hoyas back into the cabinet, I found one that needs a repot and basically a size up. This is my Hoya Chungensis. It is the perfect example of what will happen when you use the prop clips, because before this one it wasn't this full. I chopped it though. But when I started using this prop clips, I just basically buried the clips in there to make sure the vines are going to be attached somehow, like sticking to the media, which is the LECA. It started growing more for some reasons, and now there are more roots somewhere over there. So it probably helped for that. So now it's getting a bit crowded in here, and like look at the roots at the bottom of the okay, I can't do that. The roots at the bottom of the pot, it's very visible. Wait, I need to turn on the lights. Okay, there. So yeah, it's really nice to use this. I'm still going to put that back. I just need a bigger pot, and we already grabbed one. Okay, so I'm going to grab the plant. Oh, yeah, the roots are there. Wow, that's so nice. Okay, I need to plan how to grab them without hurting. Ooh. Okay, so that's one way. I just need to be careful because the roots are sticking at the bottom. So it kind of like grew around the, okay, there. Few roots damage. It is what it is. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. There are roots, which is nice. And I'm just going to pot them back that exact same way. All the rooted part should be potted. Okay, something like this. And then I'll just support them again later using the clips. I think that's a plan. Okay. So there it is now. We just need to fix the vines of the runners. Whew. I need to be very careful about it. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. I think I should pot this. We can clip this back into the pot. Something like that. And as for this one, should be clipped as well. Wait, let me see first the others. Okay. I don't even mind if they're all clipped over here. So okay, so that's what we're doing. The more we clip, the better. That's the goal. Okay. That should work. Same with this one, I think. I know it probably looks so weird for the others, and maybe they don't appreciate seeing the clips around. But if it's something that's good for the plant, I don't mind. And at the same time, the clips are not really overpowering anything. It's not noticeable. So yeah, I'm here for it. I think I like how it looks for now. I'd take that. I grabbed the basket of the props because I want to include the new chops that I made. I'm just going to leave them to callus overnight. Some chops in here aren't for sale. They're going to be mine. Okay, some plants over here are ready to be potted. So we'll do that. Where's the other Thompsonii? Whee! Okay, there. Found it. The rest should be left to callus, except for the... Okay, I'm going to grab the mint coin as well. I'm going to prop them separately now. Yeah, because they're mine. You just keep on acting up. I remember my own plant. My mint coin wasn't really stable. And then a friend gave me a set of cuttings, but it also wasn't stable. So like, okay, more cuttings to work on. But yeah, I'm going to fix this, all of this. Maybe include them onto the Hoyas that I'm growing for myself.